Welcome back. I am John P. Today we are joined by a very special guest. Yes, that's right. My friend and business partner from Delray Watch, delraywatch.com. We have Federico Talks Watches. Federico, how are you, Federico?
I'm chilling, man. Trying to keep busy.
Amazing. Thanks for popping on. So we're both here in the office today. And interestingly enough, I've been asked so many times, Federico, why does Federico not like Rolex? And John P., do you share these sentiments? We're going to talk about that in 1 second. But first, why don't you share actually what's on the wrist?
So today I've got my H. Moser Endeavor Big Date. My first Moser I ever bought about 3 or 4 years ago. And this is a great answer to why I'm not the biggest Rolex fan. I'll explain more. What about you?
Amazing. Well, actually, I do have a Rolex on the wrist today. I have a Rolex 1016 fraud foot dial. So it's a Rolex, though it's vintage and a little more special. So it's not your, it literally is your grandfather's Rolex.
Literally, yeah.
Literally. But actually, on the desk, I have a very special watch that I want you to check out. I know Federico wants you to check out.
Yeah.
Literally, put it in your cart.
Well, you can't because you can't check it out online. But this is a Cartier.
It's a special watch.
Cartier mystery dial double tourbillon from the Haute Horlogerie collection, made in very, very small batches. A watch that reminds me of my past because I used to work for Cartier when this came out. And it's probably the most special watch we've ever gotten, a Delray watch. And it just offers such great bang per buck. You have a mystery dial, you've got a floating tourbillon, a platinum case. And to give you an idea, this super high-end watchmaking for less than a gold Daytona? How do you not hate Rolex? I mean, come on.
It is certainly a lot of great value, and we'll talk about that in just 1 second. So let's jump into it. Rolex watches, I know I talk about this all the time, but the reality is they make up a big part of the market, right? It just is what it is.
The biggest part of the market, and just to, put this out there, I've owned Rolexes. I don't at the moment. I don't hate Rolex. I think they make a very reliable watch.
Yes.
A very decently made watch. A watch that gets people into watches.
Yep.
The product is fine, if not unremarkable.
Sure.
But that's not the reason I hate it. And hate is a strong word anyway.
Well, people think you do, right? So we can clarify that, right?
Yeah, okay. So my point is you can just get so much more watch for your money.
Right.
This Moser, what I paid for it 3 years ago
H. Moser
is a third of the market price of a steel Submariner.
And it's gold.
It's
all
gold,
in-house.
It's handmade, all in-house, 1,000 watches a year for the company, maybe slightly more. True high-end artisanal watchmaking. I mean, if we're looking at cars, this would be a Morgan or an Aston Martin. Whereas a Rolex Submariner is a BMW 2 Series, made on a production line, no real watchmaking, yes, research and development, but they crank them out like trinkets in a cereal box.
well, let's look at it this, right? Like, would you go swimming with that?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, would you take that, I don't know, let's say on anything that you really need the watch to be ultra reliable for, right?
No, of course not.
To beat around, to golf,
No.
boating.
I wouldn't, but then again, there's, that's not my main lifestyle, as I'm sure you know, but I do have watches for that, right? My Gerard Perigot Laureato, or what else do I have? My Panerais. All things that can do what you described,
Yep.
But, I'm spending $3-4 grand on those. I'm not spending $15,000 on it. And they do the same thing. My point with Rolex, I don't hate Rolex. They make a fantastic watch for what they do. They're reliable, They work, all that good stuff. It's just the value is so insanely poor.
So you're saying there's better options for enthusiasts?
Not better. Every option's better.
Every option.
Dollar for dollar,
Yeah.
Every option's better. The only reason you're spending $15,000 on a Rolex is because you want to buy a Rolex. You don't care about luxury. You don't care about craftsmanship. You want to be cool.
Maybe they like the design.
Sure, but then, get an homage for $500. Why are you going to spend 15 G's?
Delray Watch doesn't sell homage.
We don't. And listen, this is just my opinion.
Yes.
Guys, disagree with me. I know you disagree with me.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't think you do. Because while you're wearing a Rolex, you're wearing a very special one, a historical one.
Well, today, but every day I wear my OP39 red gray.
Sure, but when we bought those OPs, we got them at market price. Are you telling me you'd go out today and spend $10,000?
I would. They've even gone up more.
Yeah.
But I absolutely would not.
What Rolex would you buy for market price today?
For market price? So
today.
Secondhand
Market, not retail, market price.
Market price
what would
today.
You take out your Amex and pay for it right now? Which model?
There's really none.
Because they're a bad deal. And you know better. You know better. You know watches, you know better.
Well, I just think that, we could talk pricing, right? We could say that maybe there's a pullback coming.
There is a pullback coming. And I'm not saying I never wear a Rolex. I've owned a Hulk. I've owned a 16610. I've owned an OP. I've owned Rolexes. I don't dislike them. I've owned 2 Pepsis. It's just, at some point, where does it get to be like, Federico, this is stupid. Like, this is just stupid. Sell it, get my money back, and get a watch that's worth said money.
So you like it for the hobby perspective.
I love the hobby. I love it for horology. I love the fact that there's a little old man over a bench putting together my watch. I love the fact that
or a little old lady.
Sure. I love the fact that the Moser makes so few watches that when I post one on Instagram, the CEO actually likes it. I have a connection with these pieces, whereas with Rolex, I just got a whole bunch of middle management finance bros that got their first year bonus and they want to go out and flex. Get out of here, man. It's not me. I'm sorry. It's just not me.
Well, that's definitely an interesting perspective.
A guy that wears Rolex is a guy that wears Gucci slides and a Supreme t-shirt.
Well, not all the time.
Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Have you been to the Facebook groups?
I do not have Facebook, guys. I don't have Facebook.
It's a little like gut wrenching. It kind of makes you want to vomit a little bit. But that's just me. I'm sorry. I have strong feelings.
I know, clearly. Well, guys, anyway, you heard it here first. Like I said, I
don't hate the product. Great watches. Okay, let me just say that. But
we do need to clarify this. They are good watches.
They are good watches. It's just they're such bad value. That's all I'm saying. Forget my opinion.
Comparatively with other enthusiast brands.
Forget stylistically my personal opinion and the type of riffraff that, in my opinion, is currently wearing Rolex. It's just, honestly, forget all that. It's still a bad deal.
Amazing. Well, guys, let's carry this conversation on in the comments below. Please do not forget to thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Also, check out Federico Talks Watches, as well as DelReyWatch.com, where, full disclosure, we do have some Rolex, but
of course
honestly, we have so much of other brands as well.
Business is business. My opinions will never be unfiltered. That's why I have a platform. That's why some of you guys hate me and some of you guys love me. But, you want to buy a Rolex, we'll take your money.
Leave that in the comments below, guys. Anyways, make sure to check him out, all the other good stuff, and we'll see you next time. You've been chatting with John P. with Federico Talks Watches.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, guys.